Hi guys, this is Jono, Jones, Jason and Sendi. We are from Team VPF. If you haven't heard of us, what we do is basically we're a comp prep team. Sendi and Jason have just recently competed at the ICN World Championships where Sendi got second place, Jason got third. Well, you got third twice and fourth once. So yeah, follow him, follow Jason Irvine on Instagram, follow Sendi Jones Fit on Instagram, and I am Jono VPF on Instagram. So basically what we're doing is we're starting to do weekly vlogs, different topics, mainly to do with comp prep or bodybuilding, anything to do with fitness, nutrition, stuff like that, even mindset. So today we're going to be talking about goal setting, and I've got Jason and Sendi here because they know all about goal setting, and I'm going to start with Sendi, and she's going to
on the spot,
and she's going to just tell you her thoughts on how she sets goals and achieves them.
So I like to be very realistic. Obviously you have this idea of what you want to look like, but how that's actually achievable is a different story. So for me, I'll just tell you what my goals are. So I need to get to about 56 kilograms, so bulk right up. I need to increase my calorie intake to be as high as I possibly can, just because in my last prep, because I was dieting for 9 months, I had to get down to about 800 calories a day towards the end, and that meant my body just would not respond properly. It was obviously very low, but that's what I had to do to get so shredded. So obviously I don't just want to maintain this little shredded body because then I'll never grow and it'll be even harder to start shredding for the next one. So my plan is to just eat and eat and eat until I get up to 56 kilograms, and then I'll start my shred about 4 or 5 months out from the next comp.
Cool. Awesome.
So yeah, like you just be realistic, speak to a coach, and your coach will be able to tell you how to go about, achieving your goal. So if you want to put on a bit of size before you start shredding, your coach needs to sit down and tell you what you have to do and be realistic about it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Before I move over to Jason, I just want to add a little bit to what Sendi said. I think, so when you're setting goals, it's good to have that goal that you want to reach, that long-term goal. And to get there, I think it's good to go week by week, step by step, and set smaller goals, smaller targets to keep you on track. And that's what your coach does. You might just see your coach once a week or twice, who knows, you might see them every day if you're training with them. But let's just say you're seeing your coach once a week to do your checkup, to do your pinches, to do your weigh-in, to do photos, and that coach can see your progress and you can track your progress, and then you can set a new goal for the following week. It might be, you might lift heavier, you might consume more calories, less calories, but as long as you know week by week you're sticking to the plan, by the end of the 20 weeks, let's just say, you've hit your goal because you've done the little things, you've taken every single step along the way to reach the end. If you just try and there's no set plan, that's what we're talking about, goal setting. If you just say, I want to compete on stage, well, how are you going to do that? You've got to break it down. So I'm going to move over to Jason, and he's just going to talk about his goals and how he approaches it.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so my goals are probably not too dissimilar to Sendi's, really. Obviously, I don't want to just get to 56 kilos, because that would be a bit in the wrong direction. Weight-wise, I'm not totally hung up on weight. I'd probably say roughly around I'd like to get to 90 kilos, but if I didn't, it'd be more about gaining more muscle mass for me, really, and trying to maintain as much leanness as possible for when I start to do my prep again. For competing in season B next year. With regard to goal setting, the way I probably or tend to approach goal setting would be to have a goal in mind, like an end goal, and almost work in reverse. So calculate backwards, pretty much. from that goal. So working out your weight loss, your intakes, your protein macro intakes. Because you might actually surprise yourself when you actually you plan this all out. So say you calculate it back to say it's going to take you 20 weeks to achieve that, you might actually realise it's actually going to take you 30 weeks. And your goal needs, and you need to start your actions a lot quicker. And as like Jono said, you realistically you want to break that down again into smaller achievable goals, like weekly goals, monthly goals, 3 monthly goals, because it's inevitable that something will come along throughout that routine or throughout that process that's going to interrupt it, and you have to make adjustments.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome. I'm going to go back to Sendi, and I know I've followed Sendi's journey more than anyone, simply because I live with her and I know what she does and what she goes through. And I've seen her prep, and she tracks everything on her MyFitnessPal. She makes sure she's getting the right calories. She makes sure she's doing her cardio, her weights, everything every day. She preps a meal. So if we're talking about comp prep, and really any sport or anything, even your job, your career, whatever it is you're doing, you can't. I know she's been wholeheartedly working towards achieving her goal, getting lean, practicing her poses, getting the right bikini, doing her hair. Like every little detail counts, and you can't miss a thing. If you want to be the best, if you want to win, first place and achieve an amazing result, which we all do deep down, you have to give it 100%, 120%. You have to set little goals and do things that most people out there aren't willing to do. So I just want to come back to Sendi, and she can tell you more about her journey and her little goals that she achieved, and even like things that I might not even know, that you can open up and share with people to help them.
Well, I was just thinking about that actually.
So, one of the things that I experienced in my first prep, my first prep was about 3 months long, so 12 weeks, and my body responded really, really, really well. So week by week, I was just assessing, that my calorie intake was all spot on, my macro intake was spot on, I was doing all the right training, the right sets, right reps, and it was fantastic. But in my second prep, I actually gave myself 4 months, and I got the flu twice, and I got a shoulder injury, a wrist injury, torn hamstring, and my body wasn't responding to the diet, so nothing was really working as good as it did the first time. This is why you need a coach to constantly assess you and tell you what to do, because you will have setbacks, you will have a million things go wrong. So you just need to be on top of it. I mean, I still ate very clean, and I just had to change, my calorie intake and my diet a lot. But one thing that you just reminded me of is being a woman. Your prep is so different to a guy, because your hormones and the stages you go through each month actually affect how you lose body fat and how you train and how tired you are and what food you need to put in. So it's actually even harder, in my opinion, to prepare a girl for a competition because of the way our hormones play. So that's something to keep in mind. Make sure you get a really good coach that knows that a woman needs those additional considerations.
Yeah, for sure. And that's, I think, if you've got a good coach, and you're seeing them weekly, they're looking after you, they're listening to you and getting the right feedback, Like I always like to ask my clients, how are you feeling? How are your energy levels? Just little things like even that. Okay, let's just up the carbs a little bit before this workout, or tweak it here, and just slight changes can really help you along the way in your prep. And even just giving you some motivation or encouragement, or just spending a little bit more time with them, giving that extra value can make a big difference in someone's day or week.
So it's that interaction as well.
Exactly.
Because it's quite a lonely sport in effect. And if you haven't got that support of a coach, almost like geeing you on in your times when you need it, especially like that communication and that feedback. It's vital for sure.
Sure. I think there was one thing that Sendi was saying, talking about setbacks. And when you set a goal, you have, you know, all these hopes and expectations and planning and everything. Okay, this is what's going to happen this week and that. And then, you know, something might happen in your life, who knows? And it might sort of set you back and you might get a little bit disheartened, but that's okay. You know, you can still progress and overcome that and learn from it and not give up, because once you've set that goal, I believe in committing to it and sticking with it no matter what, because there's always going to be things in life that happen. That's life. But with a good coach, you know, that person, male or female, can get you through it. Even you know, your family or friends, you know, there's always going to be someone
it's
there.
Their additional support.
Exactly,
additional
right. support is
whereas a coach, and it's highly recommended that you get a coach who's actually, from what I think, that's experienced.
For sure.
Competing.
Yeah.
You know, who's actually done it
Yeah.
and knows what it takes to get there and what you're going to go through.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think a lot of people just set a goal and say, I want to do this. It's like, right, how are you going to get there? Who's going to support you?
Yeah.
What are your backup plans? What is your, you know, let's write it all down so that you're prepared.
Definitely.
You know, you got to be prepared, especially when it comes to a comp prep and it's your first time. It can be overwhelming. It's the unknown.
Yeah.
You
And
know.
not just that, but like I've seen a lot of people that have coaches that don't give them the right plan, and then they have to withdraw from competing because their coach didn't give them the right amount of calories and macros and the right exercises, and then their body just didn't respond or it wasn't ready in time. So that's why it's even more important to have a coach that watches what you're looking like every single week and tells you and makes adjustments.
Gives you that feedback.
Exactly.
Because you just can't compete otherwise.
No.
You really need
And
to be watching everything.
And even if you're diligent enough to actually record it all yourself, it's still you still need that other person's opinion.
Yeah, because I did pretty much all my coaching myself, but you know, Jono was still there just to give me like an idea of, oh, you know, you're looking leaner, or you know, it makes a big difference because I can't see that on myself even through photos. So
I think you know, because you've been doing this for 4 years now, and you know, you've had plans from me and this and that, you've seen other people's plans and you've learnt a lot, and you know how your body responds to those plans. And even though this time your body wasn't responding, you were able to see and do what you needed to change. And I might have given you a few, you know, advice here and there, but I think especially in maybe the last 4 or even 2 weeks, when you're dropping the calories and you're feeling a little bit tired and depleted, it's good to have a coach there to just kind of say, yes, this is right, keep following this plan, because you might be like, oh no, I'm not ready, and what should I change, what should I do? And then your coach is there just to say, yep, stick with this, keep going, and you know, you'll get there. So
but it's really important to also learn to know your body and understand your body, because
And what it responds to.
like
exactly.
in my particular case, Jono obviously, you know, knows what works for everybody else, but at the end of the day, I knew what worked for me. You know, like I just know my body. So yeah, I think it's really great if you can get in tune with your body and understand how it responds. But you still need that initial consultation from your coach to learn about, you know, your first experience, and then after that, you'll actually pick up and understand a lot more how your body works.
I think to have a coach that even knows the different federations and what the judges want in certain federations. One federation might go for the leaner, more shredded, depleted look, whereas other federations like the fuller, more pumped, more vascular look. So if you're entering a comp, know what they're after. Look at your body and get your coach to go, okay, I think you suit this division and this federation, because you might think you look amazing, but then you get on stage and everyone looks different to you, and you might not even place. So one of the things that I, you know, believe and I think is true in ICN in general, they really want that shredded, most definition. You know, they want the definition basically. If you're not lean enough, you're not going to place basically. So with Sendi, I know we were going for that lean look, and you know, we advised her not to carb up too much because we didn't want to spill over. But with her body, you know, we're learning more and more. She needs so much sugar and carbs, like chips and donuts, and
it's crazy.
She literally had McDonald's chips, a
like
donut.
half a cookie, and No, I didn't have a donut.
And that was not even on her plan. Like all I told her to have was
rice cakes and honey.
rice cakes, honey, and banana and a potato, white potato.
Yeah, none of that.
And that's crazy. Like most people would like if Jason did that, like you had that pretty much the same, right?
Yeah.
And you probably could have been a little bit more pumped.
Yeah, a little bit.
But you were shredded as.
Yeah. Just conditioning.
Conditioning was what, and that's the thing. Like you learn along the way. You're always going to learn more about your physique, and you're always going to improve. So setting new goals, achieving a better physique each time you come on stage. That's what it's all about. And I mean, we're still learning.
Yeah, 100%. It's like you say, that is setting that initial goal and sticking to that goal.
Sticking to the goal.
Building everything, breaking that goal down, all the way back through.
Yeah.
And making sure and making adjustments along the way if you need to.
I was watching a YouTube video about goal setting, and it was the guy who produced the Google Chrome. You know the Google Chrome?
Yeah.
When it first came out in like 2008 or whatever year it came out, they were trying to promote it and get more users to use it. And firstly, he set a goal that he wanted 20 million users or something, right? In the first year it came out, and he only hit like 8 million, he didn't hit his goal. So the next year, instead of decreasing his goal, he raised it, he doubled it, and he wanted 40 million. He ended up hitting like 22 million or something. So he didn't hit the goal, but he hit last year's goal. But then what happened is he goes, all right, I really want this to succeed, and he just bumped it up so high, and he just promoted it, Google Chrome, correct marketing. So he'd learned over the 2 years. He overhit the mark.
Yeah.
So don't worry if within the first or second year you don't hit your mark.
Yeah.
You might get close and you might learn along the way, but in that third year or whatever, however long it takes, you'll overachieve what you've set out to do. So that's one thing I learned about setting goals. Even if you don't hit it to exactly where you want, don't give up. Raise the bar, and you'll overhit again and again and again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not being afraid to set yourself quite big goals.
Exactly.
Even like you say, if it takes twice as long as you actually think to actually achieve those goals, it's not giving up on them, isn't it?
Exactly,
and learning from mistakes, or not necessarily mistakes, but underachieving on the way to getting that goal.
Yeah, you know your potential, and you know with the right knowledge and correct help and guidance, you get there. And that's what we learned, especially what I saw, is that you guys were so close to achieving that pro card goal that you were there. It was like 1 off or 2 off, and little tweaks along the way, you're only going to improve, develop more proportions, or bigger shoulders or bigger lats or whatever it is you're focusing on, and come back next year being the best.
Yeah.
And achieving,
learning from
and growing.
And
that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And I think even if you don't hit your goal, that can sometimes motivate you even more so the next time around.
Definitely. Yeah, it's not giving up.
Always take things in a positive way. Right?
Yeah.
I wasn't going to compete next year.
Yeah, she wasn't even going to compete next year. Yeah, no joke.
I was like, oh, I'm done with it, and then I just felt like I was so close that it motivated me to just keep going and get better.
See, there you go.
I think we all go through that, especially after a comp. You're either on a complete high, and you've got the hunger for it to keep going, or you do think, I'm done with this now, because I'm never going to get it. You've got to get through that and actually look back at what you have achieved. So even look back at old photos and things like that. I know you've posted like where you were 4 years ago to now. It's like insane, absolutely incredible. And 4 years is quite a short space of time, really, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I'm just thinking, what was I doing the other?
The previous
27 years.
20 odd years,
That's
40 odd years.
that's another thing. How old are you, bro?
46.
You wouldn't believe it. This is Jason's first year of competing.
I'm really 21 now.
And I think that's inspiration right there. That's motivation right there to. No matter what age you are, you can set new goals.
Oh, definitely.
You can achieve new things.
Yeah, this sport has given me a new lease of life, really. It's given me like an incentive to push on and actually go, like we were saying, go after that pro card.
Yeah, that's
Grab it.
Exactly. Go for it.
Try and believe what I can achieve that goal.
Yeah, and you can.
And learn from watch how other people have done it, and learn from that.
Yeah.
Having a mindset of a winner, isn't it?
That's totally what it is.
Yeah, but winner never gives up.
That's
it.
Exactly.
This is it.
100%. And that's what VPF is, vision, power, fitness. That's our life.
Yeah.
We believe we have the power to achieve and we have the vision.
Yeah.
So.
Boom.
Boom!
I'm probably
I can't flex in here. You guys are too big.
Angling you out.
Damn! Alright guys, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. And stay tuned for updates. Next week we'll do another vlog. And I'm pretty sure the topic will be mindset. Yeah? Cool.
Absolutely.
Awesome guys. See you later.
See ya.